Hey everyone. I built Percelo over the past 2 weeks using Claude Code, and I wanted to share what it does. The Spark was Otterly AI, one of the leading GEO tools out there. It works, but it's clunky and it requires a lot of setup. I wanted something simpler. You just paste in a URL, you get back a detailed report of how well the various AI engines are representing your brand, and some actionable recommendations, and that's it. This felt to me like overkill. So I built this in Claude Code, and it works just by entering your brand URL. And then it starts an analysis process, which takes about 5 minutes. That's why I added this little Sudoku game that I found in an open source repo. But let me show you what the output looks like in the meantime while it's working. Um, at the top, you have an overall score and an assessment of your positioning. Then you have a competitive ranking, which shows where your brand sits in terms of the competitors. And linear, in this case, is exactly where you would expect, just behind Jira. Um, then we have quick wins, which are actions that you can take right away, sorted by the time and effort involved. You can click into any one of them and get additional information, granular action steps, and even pre-generated copy templates that you can just drop into various target areas. Below this is the prompt analysis, which is the core of the whole thing. So Percelo is generating realistic prompts based on your business and running them against the four major AI engines. And this UI also lets you drill into any individual response to see what's coming in, and in some cases to look at citations when we have them. Let's see. Here we go. This is one with citations. So you can really drill in and get a sense of what's being said and how your product is being talked about. The green dots represent where your brand or product is mentioned. The yellow ones where it's mentioned, but the recommendation is sort of hedged or not totally front and center. Finally, at the bottom, there's a factor breakdown. These are the four main things driving your score, each with specific recommendations. So there's a full page associated with each one of these that shows some of the sub-factors and recommendations by factor type. So the pipeline here starts by scraping your site to figure out your business type, and then identifies competitors and builds an ICP profile. Those feed into prompt personalization, and it starts generating probes based on your business and runs them against the four APIs. One thing that tripped me up early is that the model APIs don't respond in exactly the same way as the consumer apps do. So the OpenAI API is not giving you the same output that ChatGPT is, for a variety of reasons, mostly because the ChatGPT client app has access to a bunch of tools that the API does not. I actually spent some time trying to work around this and working with a vendor that scrapes real browser sessions, but it was too unreliable. I did a bunch of research, and it turns out that the APIs can be used as a valid signal for brand representation, and that's what most other GEO tools are doing. What I did to make that happen was modify the system prompts significantly to more closely mirror the client app output, and I started getting good results. So I'm going to keep refining this, and I may turn this into an actual product. 2 weeks ago when I started, I knew nothing about GEO, and now I feel pretty capable. I love that kind of learning, and thank you for watching.